Alright, that little part. Was Yehosha, Jesus, Yeshua, however you want to call him, was he a transient? Was he homeless? He pretty much wandered around, slept wherever they could. So they wandered all over and moved around a lot. And they always stayed on their feet. They traveled by foot most of the time, you know. Or was he a homeless transient? And the answer would be, well, yes and no. Yes, he's homeless because he's wandering around and he doesn't have, and his ministry's walking. They walk around, so they got to find places to stay. Okay, so he's homeless. Okay, but the reason why he's really homeless, there's another deeper message. He's homeless when he's in this dimension here. He's on earth. Why? Because he said, I'm not of this world. Okay? So, if he's not of this world, and that means his home was somewhere else. So, technically, he was homeless. You know, but Yehosha, from what I understand about the situation, they had a lot of money. Joseph of Arimathea was the tin trader or mining trading metal guy. Had a lot of money, and the kings and the people that came to the Savior with the gifts, the gold and all that stuff, you don't think that they just had a little bit of gold and a little bit of myrrh. No, they brought plenty. When they realized and believing and worshiping that is God amongst us, that child was God amongst us, was going to be the Savior of the world, the one to be the Messiah. They didn't just bring one brick of gold and, you know. Now, they probably had camel trail loads of stuff. But because kings are like that. They don't come in, here's a brick of gold, and here's a little bit of bag of frankincense for the Savior and the King of the world. No. Or King of the universe, you should say. Because like I just said, he one of the world. Okay? And we should be set apart too. The thing is you know, I believe in that message. He was a homeless, and nobody that never experienced homelessness. Sometimes, you know, when you look at bums, what you call bums and homeless people, in their situations, you judge them and stuff automatically and assume that they're just lazy, you know, or idiots or whatever, right? But some of those people, you've never been in their shoes, you have no idea how they've gotten in those situations. So when you're making fun of homeless people, that's a shame, you know, when you don't know. Some of those people are not just, they've been through something sometimes, and they're broken, okay? But judging them is not the way to help them. You know, some of those people go through their life and on the streets and are so lonely and by themselves. They don't have any friends really. The friends they do maybe have, they talk to, that's about it. They don't come in much contact, and they might have not even gotten a hug for 10 years. Okay? I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I am. And so next time when you see a homeless person, I'm not telling you give them money. I'm not saying that we should do that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to say that remember, not everyone is in a situation that you can just write off as, you know, lame, or, you know, a lop, or, you know, a lazy ass, you know. That's with homeless youth too, but yeah, it's a stereotype, but Jesus was homeless, and he could have dipped into any kind of wealth he wanted because his parents had money and his uncle had money. And they had jobs. He's a carpenter, so But he preferred to when he was working the ministry. He preferred to they not really use much money, okay, just what they needed. And I've lived that way, before, and so I understand another different type, and it's almost like a Buddhist thing too. I lived a Buddhist life like that, not realizing it at the time, but I was getting in touch with what was real. Because sometimes when you're rock bottom, or you just live on the baser things, you tend to learn more about what life is about. It's kind of like fasting, it's a disciplinary thing. It's a discipline, and it's a teaching. And I think everyone should experience it to a degree, especially politicians. I'd love to see Donald Trump where they just, do a reality show, put him on the streets of Manhattan, or put him on the streets of LA, or San Francisco, something like that, Chicago, right, wherever his hometown, the Trump Tower is, whatever, right? Anyway, and put him up there on a reality show and do like a Paris and Nicole, okay? Take all the credit cards, take the cash away, and he has to walk around with nothing on the streets in camera crews, and for days on end. And then Hillary Clinton do the same, okay? And they both have to do it the same amount of time and make it a reality show where they are sleeping outside essentially, and if they get caught outside, they get the fines. They don't get no help, and make it real reality. We want to see this. I want to see this because, and mayors and people that run cities should go through this. It should be a training process, and it should be documented, recorded, so that way we can learn from it. Okay? And it sounds crazy, but I think these people need to go homeless without no... And, they can spare change, but they can't... you can't support them in any way, and they maybe not even let them spare change, that they just have to survive off whatever they can find on the street without money at all, It'd be interesting, and don't let them walk around with their suits, and maybe disguise them, a little bit, and you rock that show out, man. You'll have the nation watching. You'll make some money off that, Hillary and Trump. And I know you guys love money. And I know he's into reality shows. And I know she's probably down to be in some kind of show like that, to be seen and shown off. Because they love to be seen out in public. Those type. And so... let's see this happen. I want to see Trump and Hillary homeless. I want to see these two homeless. I want to see how they act. I want to see if they learn anything. And why don't they put their mates out there too with them? Maybe. Maybe not. No, just on their own. Because it's better on your own. That way you don't have to depend on your beautiful wife to get you everything. Because then you'll just basically pimp her out just for her looks. And but Hillary probably get more money, more sympathy because she's a female, But I know how that's how it is in the street. But anyway, let's see this happen. I want to see this reality show before the election. Do this. And all you have to do is just take 2 weeks out of your time, both of you. I want to see you both for 2 weeks, just half a month homeless. Okay. Challenge. Half a month homeless challenge, and I'll be the first one to do it. Okay? Already have. Go look at my files. San Francisco, where I was on welfare and food stamps, and documented as homeless for over a year. So